dispatched to any call for service. So police and fire are on standby. Of course, they're receiving calls. But at the same time, I think everyone knows that you can't get service right now. Power is all over the place. There's definitely hazards for first responders. So the whole region is deserted right now. No one on the road.
All right, Mayor Josh Levy of Hollywood, Florida. In many ways, your work is just going to begin, because once this storm ends, the recovery begins, and people will come out of their houses and they'll have a whole lot of work to do. So stay strong, Mayor. Thanks so much for being with us. All right, we're here in Miami. Obviously, as you can see, still ferocious winds in Miami. That's the way it's been on the east coast of Florida for several hours now. Hurricane Irma has made the turn. It is moving up the west coast. Serious concern of storm surge, 10 to 15 feet of Naples. CNN's special live coverage of Hurricane Irma continues after a quick break.
I'm Essie Cup. You might know me from...
You know, Phil was saying, even though that we are on the tail end of this storm, these are some of the strongest winds that I have felt in the last 2 days of covering this. So perhaps before Irma leaves,
casting with us so that we can get the important information out there to as many people.
Ross Lowe from the News Channel.
The news is becoming more and more important as we're getting more and more reports of neighborhoods losing power. Let's look at Charlotte Harbor right now. We have some new pictures in from Charlotte Harbor. Of course, wow, look at how low the water is in Charlotte Harbor right now. And these folks, of course, ground zero for Hurricane Charlie. So we'll be watching very, very closely to see what happens as that water comes back in later on tonight and into the morning.
And let's look at Punta Gorda right now. John Joyner sent us this video from 12:45 today. They were just looking at wind at the time, but there's a canal right there, too, that looks a little low because you can judge it by the seawall there. And the neighborhood looks fine, windy. The canal looks okay, no damage, but this again was at 12:45 this afternoon.
Let's head to Arcadia now. We have another set of video, 12:37, timestamp, very nice. A lot of wind in Arcadia, but again, a couple hours ago now, so I would imagine it's picked up quite a bit since this was shot and sent into us, but you can really see the trees moving there.
Let's go to Little Hickory Bay in Bonita Springs. This taken from a high-rise building or a multi-story building. And you can see the palm trees, of course, blowing strong. And you can see the water there as we're coming around. He's panning around. This is video we're looking at right now. You can see the waterway at Little Hickory Bay. And you can see a lot of the boats out of the water there. And a lot of heavy rain coming down and the sheets of wind blowing the water, even the surface of the water being blown by the heavy wind gusts.
See if we can play this one. Okay, play it again from the beginning here, because one of the big things for folks in that area, right there, water on that side, come around the street, come around the building, water on that side. So obviously an island, but these folks really have very, very little space between the water that's on both sides. So the surge event will be something very important to watch for them.
So this is Hampton Park that we're going to be looking at next. I believe this is this in Gateway? Or this is in Lehigh Acres, Hampton Park in Lehigh Acres. They're looking at this from inside their house through the hurricane glass, and that's important to emphasize because we don't want anyone taking any risks. Do not go outside to get pictures for us. If you can do it safely from through hurricane glass, that's great. And we're looking at a lot of wind in this area as well. He's panning around to show us the neighborhood. We don't see any damage here. We just see a lot of heavy wind, rain.